The standard commitment to work at the Humanitarian Suicide Hotline is 6 months. Nobody really goes beyond a year. I was a volunteer there for 4 years because I'm an idiot. I thought maybe I could help the world, and I wanted to help people because I was young enough to believe I could. So I decided to volunteer. I walk into this church and there's a bunch of people milling about. There's this guy that's clearly the guy in charge. He's a vegan who drives a BMW, so clearly he's in charge. He's like, "My name's Glenn," and he thanks us all for coming. Now, even though he's got this corporate Jewish metrosexual hippie thing going on, he's also got this drill sergeant thing going, because as soon as he started training class, people started to drop. In 2016, scientists discovered something marvelous about the human mind. What they found was that during death, the brain was emitting waves that were similar to those during dreaming and memory recall. Based on this evidence, scientists believe that right before death, a montage of your life flickers in your brain as you take your last breath. The problem today is that many people live a fast-paced life, getting caught up in the stresses and drama of it all. People fail to stop and enjoy the beautiful moments that surround them. These moments are the ones that make life worth living, but they are also the ones people take most for granted. It is important to stop, take a breath, and really take in all what life offers. After all, life is filled with perfect moments by Brian Finkelstein. Now, one of the most important things Glenn weeded out was people who they themselves had contemplated or tried to commit suicide. He'd say, "You're really not a good fit, gone." But what Glenn didn't know was that about 4 years before this, I was dating this girl, Tracy. Tracy was addicted to meth, and I was addicted to Tracy. So Tracy would try to do meth, and I tried to do her, and none of us would ever be satisfied. That's addiction. So one day, Tracy slept with my best friend. I drove to my dad's house, and I went to his garage, and I took his 38. I grabbed a bottle of tequila, and I drove to Torrey Pines Beach, and I took the gun, and I stuck it in my mouth. It feels good to have control. And I sat there and I put the gun in, and I was trying to contemplate doing it. Tequila makes me a little bit dramatic, and I threw up over the gun, and nothing really sort of snaps you out of a suicide impulse like throwing up on the gun. Really sort of clears your head. And I felt really good. Like this moment of clarity. And I got out of my car, and I went to the beautiful beach. I went to the water, and it was perfect. And I had what, for me, was a perfect life moment. And I sat there under the full moon, feeling good, the waves sort of washing over me. And I realized that's what life is. And that's enough for me, because there are these moments of beauty, like the moons and the oceans. But I bet you Glenn didn't know any of that, because I never told him. The only thing he'd offer as a bit of advice was, if somebody says, "I don't want to die," I just want the pain to stop. If somebody says that they just want the pain to stop, a bell should go off. That's a person who's on the edge. So I'm working at this hotline. It's me and my shift partner, a guy named Adam. It's my turn to pick up the phone, and the phone rings. Hello, humanitarians, how can I help you? Hi, my name's Amy. What's up, Amy? What's going on? Oh, just calling because I was feeling a little sad. Things are pretty good, I have good grades, and my parents, they love me, and I have good friends back in Tennessee where I'm from, and NYU's good. I have good friends here. Well, that sounds pretty good, but you said you were sad. What do you think about when that happens? Oh, I don't know. I can't control it. This all feels so stupid. Then she said that she felt dumb because of depression. She thought the depression was an overused expression, so we were talking about that. Then she starts to talk about going to get ice cream, and our father bought her ice cream. But I noticed what started to happen was Amy started to slur her speech a little bit. Amy, what's going on? Is everything okay? Look, I know it's selfish. I just want to stop. I don't want to die. I just want the pain to stop. And I woke up. And I said, Amy, do you ever feel so bad that you think about suicide? Do you have a plan for how you would do it? Do you have a set time for when you're going to do? I mean, have you taken any steps today to kill yourself? Then she said that she took about 20 painkillers. And I said, what kind of painkillers? And she told me, and I wrote it down. And I just tried to keep Amy talking. But again, she was talking about that day, and our father bought her ice cream. And it was very confusing, Amy, given the fact that you've taken 20 high-strength painkillers. Do you understand that you can die within an hour? Amy, look, do you want me to do something? Do you want me to help? I do. I don't want this. Then she gave me her address, and I handed it to Adam, and he went to go call 911. And I kept Amy talking, and after a while, I just tried to ask her anything. But it was silent. Because then it was silent for 2 minutes. And then it was silent for 5. And then around 14 minutes, I heard this voice come on the phone. It's okay. We've got her. And then I went home and I did all the things you're not supposed to do in that situation. I obsessed. I stayed up. I smoked. I drank. I searched. I found on the Daily News a small paragraph that said they had found the body of a 23-year-old NYU student named Amy Walter, who had died of an accidental overdose. What I didn't know was I was the last person to talk to her. Not her mom in Tennessee, or her best friend, or some boy at NYU who had a crush on her. No, me. And I wanted to go down to the funeral, but I knew it was inappropriate, so I didn't. I spoke to her for less than an hour, but she's me in that car, and I think about it every day. If I had pulled that trigger, that would be me. And she never got to find out what I got to find out, which is it is terrible sometimes. But there are these perfect life